Okay, everybody, welcome back to round 4. We would just do this all in one, but, you know, we don't pay for Zoom, so they cut us off after 45 minutes. Then we have to keep doing more, and I'm not going to have my computer spend hours to merge them into one for no reason, so screw it. We can just do it like this.
Deeper down the rabbit hole we go.
moving back on track. So, Richard, you were saying, I think.
I don't remember what was I saying. I was talking about aviation, I think, or something.
And talking about drives out into nature and having nature experiences. And then I was jokingly saying about, oh, well, you know what the Asians call a bad experience when you drink the fluoride, right? Something wrong, you know. And, you know, we were all talking about Buddha and nature and energy.
That's right.
No, we were in the wax on, wax off, you know. Now, I don't mean whack on, whack off. I mean wax on, wax off, like Karate Kid, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, it was just... yeah, I've noticed that, like, sometimes, you know, I've taken drugs or even like a long vacation that you've been ready for a long time, and you'll leave for a week, and then you come back and you're like totally connected, and you don't care about social media. It's like water off a duck's ass. You don't care about people that you were all narcissistic, you know, doesn't mean jack shit. You know, you're totally connected with reality, with life, with the universe. You know, everything's fine. The negativity is gone. And not in that fake way. It's like literally, you know, anything that was there that was, you know, superficial is completely blasted away, and you're just yourself.
Not in that mind ego way to where it's like, I have to focus my visualizations on manifestation because I feel like a shallow piece of shit, and I'm trying to psychologically and emotionally overcompensate while remaining in denial.
I just remembered the Japanese call it forest bathing, so they'd actually go out and bathe in the forest. So, yeah, I just remembered.
But anyway, yeah, you know, you go on even just a short drive or even a long vacation out in nature, you know, go out and see the country. Yeah, you reconnect. It's kind of a reset. You connect with yourself, and, you know, that's why they often say when you travel, go discover yourself, go discover. You know, it's an energetically lifting experience. That's the whole idea behind it.
Go discover the waterfall with the hot naked chick bathing in it. Go discover.
That would be a magnificent invention for me. Or in Australia, it would be a bunch of naked kangaroos.
You gotta watch out you don't get ate by a crocodile, mate. Obviously, I heard was one story when I was up north. I heard one guy taking 2 backpacker chicks out into the river, go swimming there, and he was a ranger. The 2 females didn't come back. He got in a lot of trouble because it took him to a crocodile infested lake. Watch out for that shit, eh?
Watch out for the rapist kangaroos and the giant kangaroo cocks.
Or it's like being out in East Africa and going fishing near a camel, or not a hippo. Hippos are
they're dangerous
in Africa. I mean, they're docile if you leave them alone, but nothing more dangerous than a stampeding hippo. They'll crush you to death, and not only that, they'll chomp you in half with their teeth. Bad deal. My dad was, you know, one of the Whitby boys or something, or it was my dad. I can't quite remember, but he told me the story. He spent 8 years over there.
In Africa.
And one of them picked up a rock or something and chucked it at one of the females to agitate her. Then chucked another one at the female. And then she went under the water. And about 10 seconds later, this kind of ball of water, the surge of current was coming towards them, and it was the male bull. And then you see him come up kind of on a little bit of a higher piece of kind of elevated terrain. He kind of partially comes out of the water and then goes back into a trough and then comes back up and he's charging it. The Whidbey boys, there were a couple of Kenyan cowboys that were living there. They looked at my dad and they said, "We need to go." And my dad's like, "Well, can we grab the stuff?" And he says, "Leave it. We'll come back. We need to go now. We're not going to be left to collect." They got in the Range Rover or the Land Cruiser and they drove away. And about 45 minutes going on, they came back and they got their stuff. But yeah, moral of the story is don't throw rocks at female hippopotamuses.
Yeah, I've been there. I went there on a safari, just an observation safari only, not a killing spree. I'm not into that shit. But yeah, man, we stayed in it was a 6-star tent or something. I think it was a 6-star, 5-star. I was like, I've never heard it. That's what it would trick me out. 6-star. I never heard of 6-star before, but yeah. Something like that, but it's like £1,000 a night. But you go to sleep and you have all these hippopotamuses making love and making all these weird moaning noises. It was like there's a tent here, and there's a cliff, and there's no fence, and you can walk out your tent and actually fall off the cliff, and you'd be in this hippopotamus. All these like hundreds of hippopotamuses going at it,
Oh,
so
God.
It was crazy, but the food was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But we saw everything: leopards, lions, rhinos. Yeah, it was cool. Good times.
Yeah. Chicago is kind of a forest in denial, and we have a lot of deer here. And the first thing people need to know when they spot a female deer is to know that even if you don't see the male deer is watching. The male deer is there. Do not fuck with the female deer, and especially if female deer's got a little baby. One time this female deer and this baby were very curious of me and my dad, and they were following us. They kept maybe like a 5-6 foot distance, something like that. They were following us, but like we knew to just like not make any advances at them. It's like if they're curious about us as we're walking through, fine, let them follow, but don't walk in their direction, because Daddy Deer is watching. It doesn't matter that you can't see him; he's there. And if you make any wrong move towards his family, Daddy Deer with the big 6-foot sharp, dangerous horn rack is gonna come charging at your ass. Oh yeah, male deers nice. are very, very protective.
Wilmette's nice. I lived there before. Played basketball in Southside too. I played ball in Southside. No, your north side is south side.
I live on the northwest side of Chicago. Wilmette is like more northeast, but north. I'm not quite that far north, but I'm west. Do you know where like Harwood Heights and Norwich are?
No.
Okay.
I was only there for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
6 months. I went to junior college.
I'm more in the vicinity of like, Harwood Heights, Illinois, Norwich, Illinois. I mean, I'm in Chicago, but those are the closest two suburbs, Harwood Heights and Norwich.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd's House of Blues, is that still there?
I don't know.
That was pretty nice. Good place to go.
Chicago's a very big city. I don't know every single little part of it.
Yeah, the day I flew home, I think Michael Jordan retired. It was the day I actually quit basketball. It was really funny. The day I quit and jumped on a plane, got out of there, Michael retired as well. I didn't play basketball after that for a while.
So you played professionally?
It was junior college, whatever it was. Community college. It wasn't pro, it was Division 2. I was playing Division 2 colleges, so I was teeing up to try and get a Division 1 scholarship. I could have got a high school one, but I got over there a little bit too late. I would have got a full access to Division 1 if I jumped and did the high school thing, but I left it too late a year. Stupid. Because I thought that little bit of paper to get through year 12 was important, and it doesn't mean shit. Yeah. And then college didn't agree with me, so I was a dropout at college. But yeah, I just realised I just program you for shit what they want to do for jobs when you get out. So yeah, not me.
Yeah. So you played college ball.
Yeah, it was cool. It's cool. A long time ago. Had a lot of fun. A lot of parties. I was 18.
Well, I guess there goes the theory about white men not being able to jump.
Oh no! I couldn't. I could shoot. Well, I could shoot, man. I was straight off. I could shoot, man. Won a game on the buzzer. It was pretty cool.
What about jumping? I mean, you come from Australia. All the practice with the kangaroos, you know.
Oh, that's how I end up quitting basketball. I think I went from 100 kilos down to 69, and I got so light I could get up and start dunking. I went up to do a reverse dunk, and I came down wrong. I just ripped out all my back, and that's how I had to quit and come home. Yeah, I couldn't afford the medical bill because I wasn't. That's how it all came to an end.
Yeah, I don't know how kilos translates to pounds.
2.2 to 1 kilo. 2.2 pounds.
1 kilo is 2.2 pounds? Well, I know last time I checked, I'm 180 pounds. Last I checked, anyway.
Cool. So, yeah. I guess I'll talk about some of the stuff I do, since I rarely get on the radio. It's taken 3 years to get on. So I've got a website. I've got a website called Lucid Dreaming T. So that's spelled LUCIDDREAMINGTEA.com. I basically sell...
Made with 100% pure kangaroo cock.
I don't pack up the tea anymore. I used to pack it up. I can't even... Yeah, I used to pack up the tea. Some of it I pack up. The ravioli I pack up. But yeah, the dream tea I don't pack it up anymore. But yeah, I sell dream tea. So you take the dream tea. It's made of Wyusa. You drink the tea early in the morning. And what it's going to do is actually going to increase your dream recall. So, you know, when I go to sleep, if I've been on the dream tea in the morning, you know, after 3 days of being on it, I could get about, I could jump in between 5 to 8 different dreams. Just jump in between different dreams. The more you focus on the dream time, the more crazier it gets in the physical, because you're able to bring down stuff from the dream time to the physical. You can get warnings of not to do stuff, not to go hang out with that person, because that's what's going to happen. Like, oh, an accident's going to happen if I go with them. So then the next day you're in that same position, and that person's like, hey, you know, like they've had a couple of drinks or something, and you're like, oh, do you need a lift? It's like, no, man, I'm going to take the bus. It's cool, because I know you're going to crash. And I was like, just, you know, drive safe. Don't even drive. You know, you drink and just come with me in the bus, but tell me to get lost. And they have an accident.
Lord Vader, execute order 69. I'm in the mood to fuck. Oh, come on, Lord Vader. Where's Lord Vader? Come on, Richard. Where's Lord Vader? Damn it. Come on, Lord Vader.
Busy flying my TIE fighter on Flight Simulator X. Please go fuck you. I am not a 6-foot asthmatic piece of ass. And no, the blinking lights are not an ATM. You may not deposit your galactic credits. Go fuck yourself.
But I thought it was a torso light bright.
Listen here, if you, attitude, I'm going to tell everybody what a whiny bitch you were about Panda Bear, Panda Mammy, or whatever the hell her name was. Jeez, he's crying.
Cool. So yeah, I've got a Dream Tea site, and I've got a free education for people like yourself that have trouble, don't understand, or see what, like you see light orbs and stuff like that fly off, or anything else that might trigger consciousness in people and they might not understand it. It's called Dream Energy Academy. Just dreamenergyacademy.com. You can also check it out on YouTube. So I've got a couple of videos on there, like doing telekinesis. I teach people telekinesis and they can move objects without touching them. I teach people distant healings, like many different things. So yeah, check out those two websites. And yeah, if anyone's interested, I sell CBD oil as well. So yeah, I tend to sell a fair bit of that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I think that's about it. Hey, wrap it up if you want.
You know, one more thing I definitely wanted to bring up, which would be appropriate for this, is how one of the key failings that the truth movement has is they put the globalist elites on a pedestal, almost like gods. They act like they're unbeatable. They're immune from all human fallacy, immune from entropy, immune from space and time. That like fucking Goa'uld or something. And you know, whenever you try to tell them, hey, it's us that have given the elites power. We've given our power to them. If we didn't do that, they wouldn't have any power. And then, you know, your average truther is going to be like, oh, no, but they've got robots, and they've got missiles, and they've got this, and they've got that, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, the truth movement, they're starting to get a little better now in realizing, oh, yeah, wait, we're the ones that give them the power. But, you know, when you try to go on that route with the truth movement, it's like, oh, no. They're the all-powerful elite. We need to rise up against their power. It's like, wait a minute, who gave them their power? Where do they get it from? They don't want to make that connection, and they get so aggravated when you try to go in that direction with them. They get really, really, really arrogant.
So I had the other day someone come onto my Facebook page and, but you know, the Queen of England owns the ocean and the Vatican owns the planet. And I just like, dude, you're giving your power away and you're allowing them to own your ass. No one owns me. You know, like, come on now. And then he jumped into like, no, and then goes on to, they control the slaves. Like, yeah, but honestly, they're just unconscious people that haven't woken up and realized they're in the system of being controlled yet. So it's, yeah. I don't like using slaves or sheep as a derogative term because, you know, I used to be asleep and I used to be a slave at one stage. We all were slaves at one stage, but, you know, there's a movement going on at the moment where everyone's waking up and realizing all the bullshit that's going on. And the more you wake up and realize that, and the more you research it, the more and more shit it gets worse. It's like work. It's like you're feeling like you're in it's kind of like you with all the shit that they've done to us, it's kind of like being in a hell realm, but you know, I turn that hell realm into a positive experience for me personally, where I don't involve myself in any of that. So
it's an addiction. What people don't realize is that it's almost like dysfunctional parents and dysfunctional children. The slaves are addicted to being the slaves because as a slave, you can proclaim yourself the righteous victim. You could say, no.
It's not up to me to take personal responsibility. It's up to that politician to do this for me. It's their fault that it did not work out. They need to make reparations to me. They need to fix it. It's not up to me to fix it. They need to fix it. So when you're a slave, you can point to the slave master. You can skirt responsibility and say, no, 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 not my fault, not my responsibility, not me. It's all on you. It's your fault. You. I'm the righteous victim. You're the one that needs to fix it. I'm the victim. Don't look at me. It's you. And so they're addicted to being slaves. And the elites are addicted to having slaves because the elites are basically just psychopathic narcissists. I mean, you know, the idea that like they want to wipe out like more than 95% of the population, it's like, in my view, that is more or less a scare tactic. Yes, are they killing us? Sure. Look at all the poisons they put out everywhere. But they don't want to. If they really wanted to just, if they didn't need us for anything, and they've got all this technology and all this power, and they could just totally end us in 5 minutes and just replace us with robots and be done with it, then why not just be done with it, right? Well, the answer to that is that they actually do need us. They view themselves as gods, and they need worshipers. They need people to bow to them and go, oh, you're so great, you're so wonderful. A robot can't do that.
And they actually need a food source. If you want to go really deep,
Spirit cooking. Soylent Green.
What is the secret of Soylent Green?
Oh, Star Trek Discovery is Soylent Trek. It's made of suck. You know, I find it really awesome that the acronym for Star Trek Discovery is STD, because that is absolutely perfect. Because, like, Star Trek Discovery is like Star Trek SJW. Oh, man, I mean, I could go on and on and on about the bullshit with that. But, you know, there's a YouTuber who goes by the name of Victor Von Doomcock. And he really explains it great. Yeah, his YouTube channel is called DVD Overlord, which stands for Victor Von Doomcock Overlord. Basically, it's a character. He's got a mask and everything, you know, and the little character he plays is he's this evil overlord trying to raise a robot army to conquer the earth, but in the meantime he does socio-political reviews and stuff. It's funny. It's a mixture of comedy and truth, just like we're doing, but he's kind of awesome. He's fucking hilarious. So yeah, Richard, do you have anything to say? I know you were looking at an old video from, you know, you, me, and Vinny Eastwood, and there's this one guy that commented about how arrogant we supposedly were, and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And it was, because we acknowledge that, hey, we're giving our power away, and that's how the elites have control. And it's like, how dare they say that? How arrogant of them. It's like, yeah. Okay.
Well, and I made the observation to you in private. It's like, to me, it's like, fuck's sake, if we had studied in universities for 10 years, he wouldn't be saying that. He would literally be bowing, sticking his head on the floor saying, oh my God, they're so knowledgeable and they're credible because they have so many, you know, certifications and degrees, yada, 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 worshiping the titles.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed too. So many of these so-called awakened people that understand all of the mind games and stuff that are played and understand that the educational system, how deceptive it is, still, when push comes to shove, they will point at you and say, if you don't have a degree, then you don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Richard, look at Trent's pussy.
Oh, yep.
Give some TV airtime, you know.
Yeah, Trent's got his cat. Show us your pussy. Show us your pussy.
Like
Show us your pussy. Well, you have to be talking while you show us, otherwise the screen won't switch to you.
So I have to be saying something, do I?
Yep.
Meow, meow, meow. Cool. Cats are very spiritual animals. Cats actually pull me out of realms. Like if I get stuck in a realm I'm got dragged into, I'm not meant to be in, by a lower entity or something, or get duped by something, cats can actually pull you out. A couple of times I've woken up and cat's been just sitting on top of my chest, and I'm like, oh, thank you, you ripped me out of there, I didn't want to be there. So yeah, they control different realms that we can't even see, or have the ability to pull people out.
I have two.
Now for when you have undead mummies in Hollywood cinematic films trying to kill you. I always laughed at that scene in The Mummy because, there's that cat sitting in the house and the big mummy guy, who's trying to put himself back together from the undead. He comes walking in and he's like growling at Brendan Fraser, and Brendan Fraser's sitting there shooting him with his 30. And then this cat comes out from behind the mummy. He freaks out, and the mummy just scrambles out of the house and had a hiss. Ancient Egyptian guardian of the home.
Yeah, I've got 2 orange tabbies myself.
Yep, I do too.
Okay, well, are we all done with this, or does anybody have anything more to say?
I'm pretty much done.
I'm sweet. I'm good. So, thank you, Dave and Nate, for letting me come on PSEC. Where can they find the link to all your stuff, Dave?
YouTube.com/PSEC documentary.
Cool. So, yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. It was good. It was fun.
Well, seeing as you didn't know where to find my stuff, I guess it's safe to say you haven't been really listening to our stuff.
No. I'm just, I'm gonna, because I'm gonna share this link in my group, my school, with my people, and I don't know, just help. Drop a link, man. That's all.
Yep, YouTube.com/PSEC documentary.
PSEC, educational comedy.
Yeah. Well, it's an acronym, PSEC, Paradigm Shifts in Educational Comedy. I see you're becoming one with nature. You're, manifesting the birds, as it were.
We're on a comedy channel. So, cool, man.
Hey, this is how we tweet on Twitter. We give the bird, right? Tweet.
Everybody knows about the bird. Bird
is a word. Bird is a word. Bird is a word.
About the bird. Oh, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird.
Cool.
Shadalay, do. Praise cat.
Cool.
Had to mention frogs at some point.
Cool. All right. Wrap it up, yeah?
I guess I can hit the stop on the recording.
Cover a bit of shit.
Everybody, thanks for watching. Have a good a good day, morning, night, whatever the hell it is, in your part of the planet, whether you're having sex with kangaroos or whatever it is you're doing. Hello, praise Keck. Peace out. Later.
See ya.